This first one is called Hope in Humanity. The original teachers, the orators of precepts, were the mothers and fathers who watched children take their first steps, who knew that despite the prejudice of contemporary institution, education predates organized schooling. We need to reverse, revise, rewind, redefine what it means to have an open mind. Go back to before realism became the antonym of idealism. And maybe it's because I'm naive, but I still believe that the 6 words that will crumble this earth are, that's just the way it is. What we've got right here, this is not the way it is. I have hope in humanity, and hope that my hope can be more a reality, a real life actuality that we don't just dream of but can actually be of type of reality. I'll say it, I'm an optimist. An optimist. Webster would define me as one who sees the bright side of things, but since when did the dictionary define human beings? So maybe I'm just a realist with optimistic tendencies. That's the word, tendency. The tendency to try and see the beauty in humanity, to hope against hope that better nature beats human nature. Because I hope as Gandhi hoped, and I dream as Dr. King did, and I believe with the minds of those before mine who saw bitterness and still wished. Every jihad fought for the same God is a step back. Every reason a woman won't go out after the sun goes out is a step back. Every Black and Latino beaten by nightstick, racking up a prison statistic is one more goddamn step back. But when someone stumbles and you stand for them, when someone cries and you stand beside them, when someone believes and you stand behind them, that's a different step back. It's stepping back and looking, observing, realizing, surprising yourself with the knowledge that maybe it's not optimism that's the delusion, but our faith in its ante, the real illusion.
Yeah.
This next one is called Talk is Cheap. And if poetry is a call to action, then this is basically calling out the poets. So hopefully you guys get the point. If talk is cheap, then poetry is free. A free ride to be on the right side of activism without the expectation of any further action. I'm bored of my own bullshit. Sick to death of talking about sickness and death, mentally dwelling like Gollum in the misty mountains of society's problem. Attempting to be poetic, using that same stale rhetoric that evokes emotion minus the motion, yet somehow indirectly still lets me off the hook because, look, at least she cares, or damn, she's got some issues. Fuck that. Bitch, get a tissue and get your pen a better purpose than penning clever rhymes to verses. Living on top of your soapbox won't give a home to the ones living in it. Just like going on and on about all the pain that's going on does no justice to social justice, just enables the existence of a domesticated Black Panther, a post-60s hippie, a misogynist, feminist, liberal, left-wing racist, so focused on fighting evil that this choir has forgotten the gospel. Now, I'm not knocking the skill it takes to slam, or trying to detract from the impact of what true poets do. Just pointing some of the particulars of mind over matter. Like, it doesn't matter how much you speak your mind if that's the extent of your action, and how the minds that truly matter are the minds without the time to mind if history will say that they mattered. If history is written by the winners, then poems are composed by the whiners. Or to be more fair, the watchers. The ones who watch the way the world works but are unwilling to do the same, screaming in their sleep for everyone else to wake up, standing next to a cause without standing up. And let me just back up. What I'm getting at is that style can't beat substance. Just as literary ability is no excuse for immobility, and sympathy no substitute for sustenance. Because while the speakers rack up a tab in the name of a cause, they're not the ones paying the bill for all of that cheap